Hello and welcome, lovely folk. Welcome to the full moon pick a card reading. Your options here are resistance with the mermaid or whale tail. For pile 2, we have pleasure, and we have the starfish charm here. And for pile 3, we have the release card with a blue star. Now I did pick these oracle cards. It's the Queen of the Moon oracle cards. And I did pick the cards for that before your readings. And I did do this so that I could then intuitively pick your tarot decks to go along with them. You can go ahead and skip to your piles. I do have a timestamp in the description box, or you can just scroll through. But I do want to give an apology for my absence. It's been a journey with my health this past year. You also will have to mind and bear with me. I am filming from a new device, and so there is a little bit of coverage on the camera from the extension arm holding the device. I am so glad to be back, and I'm going to be easing back into the longer format videos. I appreciate your patience, and for all of those who have stuck around, I appreciate you so dearly. So let's go ahead and get started here, and I will see you in your reading. Hello and welcome. This is the reading for pile 1. We have here your Queen of the Moon Oracle, and we're going to get into your mystical moments tarot cards. But I want to start off with these here. You have resistance, surrender, acceptance, protection, and extremes. So it seems like there is a lot of weighing going on right now. I think you're preparing to have a big release and a huge turn within you. I am getting a little bit of a kind of push and pull. It's reminding me sort of the twin flame journey. So perhaps some of you are experiencing this push and pull aspect right now within that. But this push and pull also can just be within a sort of internal inner conflict. But I see as you surrender and accept, you're going to open up. You're going to let go of this resistance, which is going to help things really grow and develop for you. I think something that is really going to make this happen is to trust the process, to feel secure, to know that you're protected, you're guided, that things happen as they're meant to, and to just relax as these transitions are occurring. But let's go ahead and get your tarot here. Spirit guides and angels, messages for pile 1, please. Messages for pile 1. What does pile 1 need to see for their highest good? Okay. Definitely some chaotic energy. I think that is expected around this time with the lunar eclipse. But I think also I do just kind of see that in your energy with the push and pull, the extremes here. But yeah, just radical acceptance and surrendering to the process is going to open up pathways a lot more readily. And I always think of that saying that there's no point in worrying, because then it's just kind of like doubling the I'll have to put the quote in here, but then you just worry twice. And just to release, because you honestly, it becomes self-prophesizing at that point, and if you just relax, things become more clear. You're letting the sand settle, in the water clarify. Okay, I'm feeling that there. Okay. So it seemed like you have a lot going on in the present moment. I don't think I'm even going to be able to fit all of these. Okay, we can. It might be a little cut off for you there, but we'll get to it all. Don't worry. Okay. It looks like there still is going to be some resistance. I think that's something that as time goes on, you learn and get better with, because I do see balance here. So things are going to come into balance, but there might still be some stop and go, some like resistance. All right, so in the past here, we have Queen of Cups in reverse. So I'm getting that this is definitely having to do with, okay, I did just get something, but emotions from the past, some that you may have not looked at. I think the time just wasn't right. You weren't able to process them the way that you needed to, that you can now. And I think a lot is going to come up with this lunar eclipse for you to process and clear. So right now, this is being processed, but that Queen of Cups in the past was definitely just some repressed emotions there. But again, like I think it was meant to be that way. Your mind was protecting you at the time because you didn't have all of the understandings that you do now to be able to process those things. In the present moment here, we have the Tower, which is, this, I'm getting great release. Definitely, it's very much so the surfacing of those emotions and restructuring your life with this new insight and this new way of looking at those things to move forward and rebuild. And I do think that a lot of opportunities are going to come off of this as you really come to terms with these things. Six of Swords definitely is that it's carrying you to a new place. You are protected, and those very things that are coming up with your emotions are the things that are going to give you grand insights that you actually can like take into things and really find cathartic means, and even things that are going to help you have more flow financially. Knight of Pentacles, definitely it's going to spark this change in your finances. I think you're going to find ways to both process things, but maybe even make money off of that, especially with this Ace of Pentacles, or it's at least going to lead you into an opportunity where you're going to see your finances grow here. I actually see like quite a bit of growth and opportunity coming in for you. The Eight of Cups here, I'm again feeling that resistance. So you might be hesitant in facing these opportunities and taking advantage of them. Always trust your intuition, but also don't let don't block yourself because of past conditionings. So, try things out. And again, always trust your intuition, but like the night can very much so be about trying on different hats. And especially with Three of Cups, I do see opportunities again coming in that are outside of yourself. I see you exploring things, but I see other opportunities coming in also because of that, and because of you doing some self-exploration. And it's very connected to your emotions. That is what I am seeing here. Deeply, there's a lot of emotional processing going on and inner growth that you're going to see reflect in your external world. For the future here, we have Four of Pentacles. So I'm seeing this as kind of some financial freedom. I see it as you're not going to worry so much about your financial security. I think in the past you were very worried about it, and I see in your future you're going to have some freedoms within that. You're not going to feel so constrained with your finances, and you're going to have a good balance of being able to spend a little and have moments of luxury, but then have balance with that as well. And I think you're going to be very emotionally mature, so you're not going to you're gonna have good balance with not impulse buying, but then still splurging from time to time, treating yourself, but a balance there. But yeah, there is still resistance. It's going to be a lesson throughout, at least for the next while, that having, you're going to have to take the extra step to make sure that you step out of your comfort zone and try these opportunities that show up for you. But I do, again, with this temperance, and you are going, there is going to be a balance there that you might have some, I think it's just normal. We all have missed opportunities, and then we have opportunities we grab a hold of. And I see a balance there that, even if you miss a few opportunities, things are going to work out as they're meant to, and you're going to grab a hold of stuff that really matters. You see this, I believe it's a dove there, that she's grabbed a hold of, an opportunity that she's grabbing a hold of, but a dove flying off. And doves also can represent extending an olive branch. So this might even go into relationships and how you deal with people as well, especially with this 3 of Cups here. So definitely, I think there's going to be chances for networking as well, or collaborations, or just working with other people, and those external opportunities coming up as well. But again, follow your intuition and trust your gut. Keep some things to yourself, and some things work with other people together on. You'll know, and you'll feel it as you go. Again, you are protected through this process. You want to be mindful of extremes here, but I think, again, this temperance is a good sign that you definitely will be. So a very, very good reading. We'll go ahead and grab your charms here. I did see this G here. All right, so quite a few letters. We got 2 G's. Ooh. We have a B and a P and a T. GPT made me think of ChatGPT. So maybe I could see 3 of Cups also kind of connecting to that, not relying on, but using tools that will really benefit you as well. Perhaps learning the ropes within things like that. There's a mermaid here, which definitely is tapping into your emotions, and a mermaid tail here. It seems like this resistance, and this mermaid is turning her back. It's very much reminding me of this 8 of Cups. So there might be something that you really feel the need to turn your back on, but it's hard. It's a struggle too. So that might be part of this stuff that you are processing. But then we also have the tail here, and that's definitely about a surfacing of emotions. Also, I'm getting rest, because whales, it also reminds me of a whale tail, and they do sometimes rest with their tails sticking out. They will go upside down. I remember seeing something on that. I don't take my word for it. I'm pretty sure I saw that they do that sometimes. We have 3 flowers here. So a lot of growth, a lot of opportunities. Things are budding, things are fruiting for you. It's harvest time. Is this the harvest moon as well? So yeah, lots of chances for growth here. We have the elephant, which is definitely about that protection. It also, again, makes me think of emotions surfacing because elephants have such good memories. So it might be stuff from the past, memories that are coming up for you to process. And it did land on this tower, so if you feel, if it makes you feel a little uneasy with some of the stuff going up, know that you are at a, like, these memories are coming up to help you, and it's a blessing, and it's going to help guide you. It's not anything to be feared. It's you're more capable to handle these things now, and you're going to have clarity and new insights that help you as you're processing them. We have Saturn. This often makes me think of Saturn return. I'm not sure what's going on with Saturn right now, so I'll have to put, if I see anything, I'll put it up on the screen for you. I don't know why it's also really reminding me with this anchor that landed here. It feels related to the anchor. So maybe it's about security, feeling like if you feel a little unstable, or like it just makes you feel out of place, like a fish out of water, or you're just uneasy with these emotional things. Again, you're protected. You're going to find a place to anchor, lay your anchor, and you're going to be secure. We have a reindeer here. So that could be about Christmas coming up. Deer are highly respectable and respect-giving creatures. Like, the biggest thing I always think with deer is respect. It's like a super honor. I always bow to deers when I am in their presence, and it often is like this beautiful exchange. So you are respected, and I still feel like this is also connected to the security, and know you are respected. And I believe that's all we have here for the terms. So that will be your reading here. I thank you so much for being here and a part of my journey. And if you could like, comment, share any of the things you have time and are willing to do, it really boosts the algorithm to get these messages out to anybody that they are meant for. It would help me out so much, and I appreciate you so much. Until next time, lovely folk. Hello and welcome, lovely folk. This is the reading for pile 2. I already grabbed your Queen of the Moon Oracle cards here. We have here fear and pleasure. So I got off of this that there's going to be some heavy looking at your fears and anything that you might attach to, anything that you deep down have attached to your fears, and habits you may have taken on due to them. And I see you releasing this, but right now you're just heavily looking at them. But I am definitely we're gonna see more as we go in here, but I am very much so getting a looking at them because you're about to go through some release. And I think right now with the lunar eclipse, it's really helping you recognize these things that you want to change, and that they could stem from some fears that you might have. You're shining some light on these things, and discovering that it's a very you're gonna see it in a way that you recognize that it's very surface, and that it's just things you are in your head about telling yourself, when in reality it doesn't really have the hold on you that you believe it does. And so you are going to release this, especially with this cage right here. You're releasing, and these butterflies here, that you're transforming this. Let's go ahead and get your tarot here. We have the Sacred Web Tarot. energy has been very much so fast, and I wouldn't say like not quite chaotic, but like I can't quite explain it. It's like just ready, I guess. Okay. Alright, so we have here, you have to bear with me, it's been a minute since I've used this deck. Okay, so this is the 9 of Wands here. I am getting, okay, so there's a fox here looking at these wands that are clouding. I believe, is that the sun? This is very much so reminding me of fear. 9 of Wands is typically burdens, but I'm seeing what we saw here. A fox is making me think of pleasure as well, that you might be in this highly instinctual state because of your fears clouding up. I think you're also very much so in your head and get caught in this web of thought, which I think can be a beautiful thing as long as you're able to, because it can be inspiration. It can be, I love, like, I call it tangent hopping. I love like when the mind is like in rapid fire mode, but you have to be able to also, you know, turn it off and take some time to rest, or else it burns you up. It's burning the candle at both ends. You're using all of your mental space for all of your energy. So some of you are probably very tired, and then that might even feed into then pleasure seeking because you're tired, and so then your endorphins or your serotonin, you go into quick fixes with serotonin to try to, you know, ignite some energy again. So I see you looking at that, any kind of impulsivity or quick fix or things to spark your serotonin that maybe in the long haul isn't as healthy. And I see you getting clarity looking at this, because this is the past. Right here in the present we have, so this is, yes, okay, perfect. This is the, wait, is it? It might be, is that 16? Okay, so this is the tower. The tower in reverse. So it seems like you may look at these things and feel a resistance because maybe you will have some doubts of your ability to make these changes. I feel like that's what this is here. Then we have student of earth, so that would be the Page of Pentacles, and it is in the reverse here. I'm getting with that impulsivity again. So it seems like right now it's going to have you a little heightened, probably because you are looking at those fears, and that can be triggering. So it's going to feel a little heightened right now, especially with this lunar eclipse. So, you know, give yourself grace and know that the first part of change is recognizing, it's seeing it, it's observing, and observing with love and grace and self-acceptance. So, you know, don't be hard on yourself as you're seeing things that you want to change. And know that you're beautiful every single step of your journey, no matter where you are at. You know, every, like, it's all part of the beautiful process. And, you know, even when you overcome, you know, that's, people often let go of expectations. People often look at the destination and forget that the journey is, like, so beautiful. So do that, think about that with yourself as well, that you are beautiful every step on your journey. And that's no gender there, that's not to speak on, like, know that you are, what's the term, a masterpiece in progress. But it's always been there. It's always been you. But simply being, like, you just are a wonderful soul, and give yourself that grace. And then we have here Scout of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So I do see that you are going to get some, it's going to be slow growing, but that is just how stability works. It's something that takes consistency and baby steps. And that's how you develop strength in that, and become less impulsive or less acting on fear instincts. Instincts aren't bad. It's just, in fear even, we're given, we have cortisol for a reason. We have these things for a reason. They help us and get us to, like, observe and recognize what's going on. If you get injured or something, you get the cortisol to help you recognize that you have to pause, observe, see what's going on, to then, do something about the situation, about the injury, or about whatever it might be. But I do see you finding your way through this and actually having huge success. We have the Emperor here, and look at the strength and the power here. That's like one of the highest cards within tarot to speak on maturity and stability and growth. So, and the Emperor, he, again, no gender, but I just think of, on the card, there is the masculine figure. But I mean, of course, we all have carry both masculine and feminine traits, all the aspects really. But the Emperor very much so is capable of moving through fears. And when you think of, we have a bull here, and when you think of bulls, they, I'm thinking of the what are they called? Oh, it starts with an M. Oh, I can't think of the term, but with the red, I'll put the term up here when it comes. But with the bull charging at you, and that takes a lot of strength, and you're able to have good self-control in that experience there. So yeah, you're definitely moving through this. I'm seeing lots of red, which is again about that strength and security and maturity, and it's making me think of the Emperor even more so. So this is very much so going to lead you into so much maturity and respect, and this ability to really handle things with such a good head on your shoulders. So beautiful. We'll go ahead and get your charms here. Okay, we have an I and an M. So it could be initials, it could be, it's making me think of I am, and that's related to Aries, which I believe is related to the Emperor. So I am getting like okay, so I'm getting trust yourself. Trust yourself that you can take the reins, you can get a healthy, you don't want to have expectation, you don't want to over control. There are always things outside of our control, but I do see you getting healthy, this healthy ability to take the reins on the things that you can. Beautiful. We have a starfish here. So yeah, I see emotional health and maturity again. With that emotional health comes some good stability and maturity. Being diligent, I'm getting as well. Knowing the right things to say. Perhaps some of you are going to write, like, words. They feel emphasis on words there. It doesn't be writing, maybe speaking. Something with words. Oh wait, okay, so I'm just also getting signs with words. Maybe within words, you are going to, like, I think you might break down words and, I don't know, it was something with words, or you're going to see signs. We have a flower here, I believe a daisy. I'm getting specifically a daisy. I'm going to have to look up specifically messages with daisy and put it up here, because daisy is coming through prominently. Maybe a name, or maybe this is the sign. Maybe you'll see a daisy as a sign. We have jam here, a little strawberry on it. So a strawberry jam. Perseverance. Some true perseverance. You know, really being such a factor that you persevere, you grow so much. I just got financially too. Yeah, this is Pentacles. So this very much so can do with finances. This is feeling similar to group 1, but a little bit more fear-based, whereas theirs was just about emotional processing, but that can be very much so, you know, that's how fears can like develop. So yeah, that could be there. We have a golf tee, which again is making me think also like golf, you know, golf is often a sport that, you know, a lot of elitists, a lot of and people network there. So I'm getting that as well. Okay, for some reason I saw a golf ball as a globe, and it reminded me of the internet. So maybe some of you will find financial growth through online work. That might be something you explore. But I did get this down here. So maybe it's something you've resisted, but you've like somewhat thought about or will think about some different means of work that can be done online. But networking is a huge thing that I am getting with the golf ball. Because also I saw the golf ball as a globe and the internet globe, but also like when people golf, they do business a lot of the time. So very much so it's connected to that. So that is what we have here for you. I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. If you could like, comment, share any of the things that if you have time and are able to do, it helps out so much to get these messages to those that they're meant for. So if you could take the time to do that, I would greatly appreciate it, and I greatly appreciate you being here. Until next time, lovely folk. Hello and welcome, lovely folk. If you are here, you chose pile 3. I already grabbed your Queen of the Moon Oracle cards. So what we have here is release, fear, which I will say those feel very connected to pile 1 and pile 2. So perhaps you felt called to one or both of those as well. But definitely I do feel a different spin here also. So, you know, take what resonates. You can watch the other ones as well and take what resonates. But, you know, if you already felt called, always trust your intuition. But yeah, so I do see a releasing of fears here, an emotional growth, spiritual growth as well. And we have power here, and we have the full moon, which we are entering right now. We have balance, and we have boundaries. So I did get with power and balance and boundaries as well. I felt like there is maybe a power struggle that perhaps you've dealt with somebody, or maybe just within yourself. Maybe there's some stop and go energy due to maybe an inner conflict, which may be fear-based. I do see this full moon is going to help you find some balance. You might feel strong pulls right now, but it's going to help you observe and move forward. And learning boundaries here for sure, especially if there is a person that you are experiencing some power struggles with. I am getting to have empathy and respect, but to step away as you need to set healthier boundaries, to allow yourself to heal from this. I think sometimes you may feel perhaps powerless, or perhaps it makes you feel small, they're vulnerable in some way. So I do see you setting those boundaries and making a change within that dynamic so that you can heal. Now, always trust your gut, and your situation best. But I do find we learn boundaries the best when we don't entirely cut off, but we learn how to respect ourselves and not accept things that you don't deserve, and to know what you are worth and what you do deserve. And sometimes you do have to entirely step away, so you will know your situation the best. But sometimes, especially like with family, you don't have, again, always every situation is different, but sometimes it's good to learn those boundaries. But again, yes, follow your gut. With release here, you may be entirely physically releasing, or it could just be, releasing the past, releasing some of the conditioning or the strains that are involved, and seeing your self-worth, seeing your power. All right, spirit guides and angels, messages for pile 3, please. What does pile 3 need to see for their highest good? Messages for pile 3. I have felt that the energy has been very, for sure, because of the lunar eclipse coming on, I have felt that there's just been a lot of energy, and it's like ready to go. It's almost like a teapot that's hissing, that's boiling, that it's like boiling point, but it doesn't feel like too chaotic, which can occur of course with eclipses, but it feels more just like this ready to go, like a passion. Interesting with the 2 cups here. Okay, so we have death card, so definitely a transformation. I do see these fears being looked at and released, which again, I especially got that in pile 2. Pile 1 was more so looking at like emotions surfacing to process, but they were kind of tied together with piles 1 and 2. But so death, we have here the 4 of peppermills, which is the 4 of clubs, which is the 4 of wands there. Oh, apologies. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was just thinking it was red for some reason. Okay, so yeah, 4 of wands there. So that is like a turning point. I am getting that you perhaps can get caught in expectation and wanting to reach certain milestones, but you also have come a long way, and you don't always look back and celebrate. So I think that's very important, to look at how far you've come and celebrate every little win, every little step. And that's going to help you with moving forward, especially, the Chariot here reversed. Like, sometimes you might get stuck and not move forward. Maybe you get stagnant. Maybe you start to feel kind of uninspired. And I think it's because you're not looking at how far you've come in every step that you have made, and taking pride. I think you're a very humble person, which is beautiful, but you do need to make sure you know your worth, and take some time to be proud and appreciate your journey and how far you've come, to recognize that you don't give yourself enough credit, and you deserve so much more respect and credit. I think you are going to step into that for sure. We have the 10 of Clubs here in the reverse. That's the 10 of Wands in reverse. That's again that kind of no movement right now, feeling kind of stuck. I think as you set boundaries and see your self-worth, this is going to change for you. And 2 of Cups here, there's going to be a beautiful exchange, healthier relationships moving forward. If you for some, this just might be reaching a place where you maybe communicate, or maybe get to a healthy place. Some of you will release to get there. And we have Temperance, so that's balance. Again, I'm getting that power struggle is going to heal. Whether it be it's for sure going to come from you setting healthier boundaries and seeing your own worth. This is reminding me of the Fool card as well, which is going to be fresh starts. I always think when I see the traditional Fool card, he's carrying one of those, what is it called? The sacks on a stick. I'll put the term up if I find it. And he's peering into there. Some of you may see a tarot reader in person, because I always think of that little sack as the Fool has all of the tarot cards, the full deck, at their disposal. They just, don't know, they're going into the unexpected, which has everything, that's all possibilities. So I see you going into things with a new hope, without an attachment to expectations. I see these boundaries being also with yourself, with, releasing limited beliefs, but also with setting healthy grounds for yourself, like not attaching to expectations, and being, some of you may even have visions yourself, seeing into that, but some of you may go see a reader in person. Yeah. And for some, this connects back to that first pile, with really kind of dipping your toe into some emotions, and that I'm also getting a money sack, so that also being something that helps you grow financially. That's very much so in pile 1 there. And more flowers, which we did see there. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get your charm. Not much here. We have a star, and we have an Ace of Swords. So that's very much so about a breakthrough. I think it's a breakthrough through any limited self-limitations. I see you breaking through and releasing fears and finding balance. And I do, again, feel like one of the most important things through this is you're going to have a newfound, like it's going to kind of stick with you, that you have, you're going to see your self-worth and how wonderful you are, and that all the wonderful things that you deserve. All right, well, that is what I have here for you. I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. If you have time to, I would greatly appreciate if you could do any likes, comments, or shares to help get these messages out to those that they are meant for. I appreciate you being here so much. And until next time, lovely folk.